There is a creepy new cryptid lurking around every corner of the internet. It's infiltrating video games, creepypastas, and even TikTok videos. So who is this new kid on the block, and where did he come from? How dangerous is he, and what do we all need to be aware of? Move over, Slenderman, because today we look at Siren Head. Now before we begin, don't forget to check out our Patreon page. We recently uploaded an hour-and-a-half documentary on the Vietnam War, and have tons of content over there that we do not post to YouTube for you to enjoy for just $2 per month. We've also opened up some other additional tiers that we think you may enjoy, such as never before done Q&As with myself and the Top 5s team, and also your chance for us to make a video on your hometown, talking about ghost stories, sightings, videos, true crime events, or mysteries from your very hometown. Don't forget to check out our Patreon for more information. And now, as always, hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. Siren Head first appeared on Canadian illustrator Trevor Henderson's feed in 2018. Henderson is known for creating various bizarre creatures over the internet. His other creations include Cartoon Cat, the Country Road Creature, and the Bridge Worms, amongst others, but Siren Head has captured the imagination like no other. Siren Head is described as a 40-foot tall humanoid creature with a heavily emaciated near-skeletal frame covered in dried, mummified flesh. Its limbs are disproportionately long and thin, with arms as long as its legs, ending in huge skeletal hands. In place of its head and neck is the thin pole of flesh with two metal sirens attached on either side, and numerous black wires wrapped around its throat and into its upper shoulders and stomach area. The speakers are the only metal parts of its body, joined to the neck by tendrils of skin, and capable of rotating around, much like the head of an owl. Some images depict Siren Head speakers with toothy, lipless human-like jaws and a long, thin, retractable snake-like tongue, although allegedly these are only visible on a certain radio frequency. Siren Head speakers can play a variety of ominous sounds, such as air raid sirens, gargled music, conversations, imitations of people, number station broadcasts, or emergency broadcasts. Apparently, Siren Head is able to pick up sounds it hears from the airwaves and rearranges them, and while they sound gibberish to us, to Siren Head they make perfect sense. Since Siren Head's appearance online, its creator has reported a number of sightings and encounters with the creature. The first occurred in 1966 when a family were on vacation in the Arizona desert and were scoping out graveyards when they saw Siren Head rising out of an old cemetery. One of them stepped out of the car to take a closer look, and that's when the megaphones on its head screeched to life, booming out a buzzing, doubled voice, screaming random words. It then jerked into motion and started striding down the hill towards their car as they hurriedly drove away. It was a few years before anything else was heard of Siren Head. Then in 1978, a 9-year-old girl named Catherine went missing after she tried to investigate strange noises from the woods near her family's backyard. Her sister reported that Catherine heard the distorted sounds of her mother calling to her, but it sounded weird and echoey. But Catherine was entranced by the voice and went towards it, and was never seen again. It's believed she was a victim of Siren Head. A few years later, in 1984, 4 teenagers went camping in the Allegheny National Park in Pennsylvania, but never returned home. After a search was conducted of the area by family and friends, it turned up nothing, and the teenager was reported missing. Then unexpectedly, one of the 4 turned up on his family's doorstep alone, saying that his friends were taken by something enormous in the woods. No traces of the others were found until a year later, when one of the kids' sneakers fell from one of the tallest trees in the woods, prompting speculation that Siren Head was responsible for the teenager's mysterious disappearance. 6 years later, in 1990, a park ranger in Kings Canyon National Park found a man clinging to a tree branch 40 feet off the ground. Despite repeated calls from the ranger, the terrified man did not respond. After he was finally rescued, sadly the man died. The post-mortem revealed that the tissues in his ears, eardrums and face were all ruptured, prompting claims that Siren Head was producing sounds that could burst the soft tissue in humans. The next incident was in July 1995. A man named Chad and his friends were hiking in the woods of Tanyard Creek, Arkansas, when they spotted what looked like a Siren Head lurking in the trees. According to Chad, his friends were snatched by something gigantic striding through the trees, which mimicked their voices. Chad lived to tell the tale and was found alive with a few injuries, but his friends were gone, allegedly either taken or killed by Siren Head. These are just a few of the alleged incidents involving Siren Head, although in recent years, with the increased profile of the creature, other stories are starting to surface. Siren Head has also been seen in ancient cave paintings in North America, depicting him engaged in combat with ancient humans, indicating that Siren Head is not a new species on Earth. There has also been sightings of creatures that resemble Siren Head but lack similar features. However, these sightings are thought to be the same creature shape-shifting into various forms to adapt to different environments, as it's believed that Siren Head is the only one of its species. Another example of this was posted online when Siren Head appears to have a head resembling a streetlight, standing in a position where it's trying to blend in with the other streetlights lining the sidewalk. It's very possible that Siren Head has the ability to transform into various structures in order to better blend in and lure its victims. However, there are also theories that Siren Head is actually an ancient hostile species, and that there used to be a lot of the creatures similar to it that are now deceased, and Siren Head is the last remaining member of his species, and is constantly on the move to eat and survive. Siren Head has also crept into the gaming community after he made an appearance in a mod for the popular video game Fallout 4. But the popularity of Siren Head doesn't stop there. Fans of the creature have taken it one step further, using CGI to put it into videos and posting them to TikTok. And in recent months, this is where the creature's popularity has really soared. The prominence of Siren Head has made some people question whether the monster is real or not, and this is often fueled by his creator, who puts out various updates and posts about this creature. Take a look at this TikTok video uploaded by a filmmaker known as Alex Howard, in which Siren Head is releasing a loud sound. This has since been adapted to various memes that are doing the rounds. Of course, the YouTube community have also jumped on the bandwagon, and there are several videos out there that claim to have filmed sightings of Siren Head. So what do we need to know if we encounter this latest humanoid sensation? Well, we know Siren Head isn't a human, although it does have a voice and can possibly speak a language. It is also eyeless, so it's possible that it uses other senses to determine where objects are. Apparently, Siren Head does not need eyes, ears and nose, or the ability to feel vibrations to be able to find prey, due to its superhuman nature. It's also worth pointing out that when Siren Head is mimicking a human, although the voices will sound familiar, there is a distinctive distortion in the tone due to the sounds being played through sirens instead of vocal cords. As you would expect, Siren Head is very hostile and dangerous, and is particularly prevalent in rural towns and wooded areas. The victims of Siren Head are usually people who are lost, either travellers, hikers or children. Siren Head is said to attract his victims by drawing them towards the sounds of either someone in distress or mimicking someone they know, and as they get lured deeper and deeper into the woods, they are brutally attacked or captured. Siren Head is very aggressive and a skilled predator, which makes him very dangerous. He seems to have some degree of intelligence due to using tactics such as camouflaging within forests and mimicking sounds to hide from and lure his prey. Siren Head is also not above fooling people, and one sighting of him suggests that he also blocks out the screams of his devoured victims with his own siren sounds, ensuring there is no chance anyone will come to help them. It is also thought that Siren Head does eat some of his victims, but it's also possible he kills for fun, and has the power to make them disappear without a trace. The latest incarnation of Siren Head suggests he might be packed up with a loose cassette tape and a massive tape recorder. This may be the explanation of how Siren Head captures sounds of his victims and surrounding sounds which Siren Head replays as bait. It's also been reported that some people see different versions of Siren Head, although the anatomy is always the same, a thin and skeletal figure, sometimes with different heads. It seems that Siren Head is a constantly changing manifestation and appears differently in the midst of those who have encountered him, and he is a being of unlimited power who has changed through the years to blend in with modern times. Siren Head is a perfect modern example of how myths and legends start, and we predict that in years from now, Siren Head will join the realms of Slenderman, Mothman, Goatman, and a range of other mythical creatures who have entertained and scared us in equal measure over the years, and will be the modern day monsters that get talked about around the campfire, scares children into behaving, and gets blamed for every unsolved disappearance or murder in the depths of the forest. Much the same as to all the other humanoid creatures we talk about. He will be real in the minds of people who want to believe there is something unexplained and terrifying lurking around every dark corner of our lives, meaning the line between what is real and what is fake will be blurred, as the story of Siren Head passes through the generations.